With all the things happening in the West Philippine Sea that, to say the least, needlessly warrants prompt action, probably our best option is to forge or solidify alliances with nations of common interest to ultimately preserve the peace and order in the Indo-Pacific region. Clazel Pardilia has all the details to this very important meeting of minds between our leader and that of South Korea.
The Philippines and South Korea have further solidified their relationship and cooperation in various sectors following the recent visit of South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos warmly welcomed President Yoon and First Lady Kim Kyun-hee at Malacanang this morning. The bilateral meeting proved to be productive, with discussions centered on critical issues related to politics, security, and defense. Both leaders exchanged insights on regional and international matters, notably the West Philippine Sea and the Korean Peninsula. Significantly, several important agreements were reached, including the strengthening of maritime cooperation between the Philippine Coast Guard and the Korean Coast Guard.
To strengthen understanding, mutual trust and confidence, and for the purpose of the promotion, preservation, and protection of our mutual maritime interests, including maritime order and safety in the Asia-Pacific region, we have signed a Memorandum of Understanding between the Philippine Coast Guard and the Korean Coast Guard on maritime cooperation.
We agreed to enhance our cooperation in defense industry. In particular, Korea will actively take part in the Re-Horizon 3 phase of the modernization of the AFP. Also, based on the MOU on maritime cooperation signed today, our two countries will reinforce maritime security partnership in such areas as tackling transnational crime, information sharing, and conducting search and rescue missions.
During the bilateral meeting of Philippines and South Korea presidents, the enhancing of people-to-people connections as well as economic development between the two nations was on the table. A key outcome of the talks was the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding for a feasibility study on the Bataan nuclear plant, which aims to ensure a reliable supply of electricity for the country. The leaders also agreed to establish a framework aimed at boosting urban development in the Philippines, alongside forming strategic cooperation on raw materials utilized in supply chains. Furthermore, loan agreements were finalized for several major infrastructure projects, including the Samar Coastal Road 2 project, the Laguna Lakeshore Network Project Phase 1, and the Panay-Guimaras Negros Island Bridges project. These initiatives are designed to improve transportation, trade, and overall economic growth. In addition, the implementation program of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Department of Tourism and the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism of Korea was signed and sealed, aiming to strengthen bilateral tourism cooperation until 2029. This state visit coincides with the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the Philippines and South Korea, established in March 1949. President Marcos Jr. emphasized this occasion symbolizes rich historical ties between the two nations. He highlighted the Philippines' significant contribution during the Korean War in 1950, when thousands of Filipino soldiers were dispatched to support South Korea. President Marcos Jr. affirmed that the relationship between the Philippines and Korea continues to grow stronger in defense, security, maritime cooperation, and trade, with a clear focus on further solidifying the strategic partnership for the future.
As the geopolitical environment is only becoming more complex, we must work together to achieve prosperity for our peoples and to promote a rules-based order governed by international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS and the binding 2016 Arbitral Award.
I hope that my state visit will serve as an opportunity to not only further enhance our trade and economic cooperation, but also widen the scope of our partnership to include future-oriented sectors such as security, digital technology, and energy.
This is the first state visit by a president of Korea to the Philippines in 13 years. Clazel Pardilia for the New and Better Philippines.